GMNA uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Wildwood. Tonight we'll preview the Ocean City Pop's free concerts for the 4th of July and break down today's sweltering beach weather, including that record-breaking 103-degree day at Atlantic City Airport. Traffic's clear across town and the boardwalk's new electric Volvo trams roll out. Over to you, Jake.
The Wildwood's boardwalk has introduced sleek electric Volvo tram cars, offering quiet, zero-emission rides for visitors strolling the historic promenade, replacing the older diesel shuttles.
Each new tram seats up to 20 passengers, travels the full length of the boardwalk, and recharges at solar-powered stations located at both ends.
The service launched last week, funded through a public-private partnership, and operates every 15 minutes from sunrise to sunset, free for all riders.
The boardwalk's electric trams also feature onboard audio narrating local history, enhancing visitor experience, and with that in mind, lots to get to, let's begin. Good evening, Wildwood. Ocean City Pops will bring 2 free outdoor concerts to Carey Stadium this 4th of July, right off the boardwalk between 5th and 6th Streets. The performances, scheduled for July 4th, are part of the town's holiday celebrations and promise a lively soundtrack for families and beachgoers. Audiences can expect a mix of classic patriotic tunes and the orchestra's signature pop arrangements, all set against the Atlantic backdrop. Seating is open and there is no charge, so residents and visitors alike can enjoy the music without a ticket. Organizers say the events aim to highlight the community spirit that defines the summer season in Ocean City. With the summer sun high and the boardwalk buzzing, the concerts should draw crowds looking for a festive, family-friendly way to mark the national holiday.
Today's forecast for the New Jersey shoreline brings bright skies across the boardwalks, beaches, and bays. NJ 101.5 reports that morning sunshine will give way to a light sea breeze by midday, keeping temperatures comfortable for families heading out to the sand. Swell is expected to be moderate, offering a pleasant ride for surfers without overwhelming swimmers. Tides will run normal, so paddlers can enjoy the water safely. The western bays should stay calmer, ideal for kayakers and paddle boarders. With the heat staying gentle and the wind light, it's a perfect day for a stroll along the Wildwood Promenade or a quick dip in the surf. Local cafes and surf shops should see steady foot traffic as beachgoers take advantage of the pleasant conditions. Visitors and locals alike can count on a typical summer day as the season rolls on.
Atlantic City International Airport recorded a scorching temperature of 103 degrees Fahrenheit this morning, shattering the previous daily high. Meteorologists say the reading is part of a broader heat wave sweeping Cape May County and neighboring regions. The extreme temperature prompted airport officials to issue heat advisories for staff and travelers, warning of heightened risk of heat-related illness. Ground crews were instructed to increase hydration breaks and limit exposure during runway inspections. Local schools have already adjusted outdoor activities, while nearby businesses report surging demand for air-conditioned spaces. The record underscores the rapid rise in summer temperatures across the shore, prompting health officials to monitor the situation closely. Residents are encouraged to stay cool, seek shade, and keep water on hand as the heat persists throughout the day.
Beef prices have surged across the United States, leaving New Jersey shoppers facing steeper bills for summer barbecues. The spike stems from a historic shortage of cattle, with supply levels now at the lowest point in 75 years. Analysts say the tight market is pushing wholesale cuts higher, and those increases are quickly reaching the checkout lane. For Wildwood families planning weekend grills, the higher cost could force a rethink of menu choices or prompt a search for alternative proteins. The shortage traces back to a combination of drought-hit feedlots and slower herd rebuilding after previous year's market swings. As the summer heat rolls in, the elevated prices are set to linger, keeping the grill season budget a pressing concern for many residents. Local eateries report menu tweaks and higher prices to cover the cost surge. Officials say the pressure may last into autumn.
An air conditioning failure at Delaney Hall in New Jersey has left the building's detainee population without cooling during the region's most intense heat wave in 15 years. Officials confirmed the system went down early this week, just as temperatures surged to record levels across the state. The outage forces staff to rely on portable fans and makeshift ventilation while repair crews work around the clock to restore power to the units. Prison administrators said the lack of climate control raises immediate health concerns, especially for vulnerable individuals housed in the facility. State officials have warned that the broader heat wave is straining infrastructure throughout the region, with many institutions scrambling for resources. The department pledged to prioritize the repairs, but no exact completion time has been given. Medical staff are conducting regular checks to spot signs of heat-related illness among the inmates. Coming up, we'll explore the new electric Volvo tram cars on the Wildwoods boardwalk, a sleek upgrade for summer strolls. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back, everyone. Here's the latest weather update, then we'll turn to Jake for the local stories you need to hear this morning.
North Wildwood Police Department announced Saturday they took a Philadelphia man into custody after a week-long probe into thefts at a boardwalk hotel. Officers said the suspect is accused of removing hand tools, ladders, and other equipment that staff need for routine maintenance. The arrest followed review of surveillance footage and matching footprints to the visitor's rental car. Police noted the theft disrupted hotel operations, leaving crews without essential gear during a busy summer season. The department thanked hotel management for cooperating and said the investigation remains ongoing as they review inventory logs for any other missing items. Residents can expect heightened security measures around boardwalk businesses as authorities work to deter further incidents. Business owners on the boardwalk said the missing equipment could delay repairs, potentially affecting guest experiences during the busy vacation stretch. Police have not disclosed the suspect's full name, only that he hails from Philadelphia.
The Wildwoods Boardwalk Authority rolled out a new fleet of electric Volvo tram cars on May 8th, swapping out the older diesel units that have long shuttled tourists and locals along the promenade. The silent, zero-emission vehicles glide between the piers, giving families a smoother ride to the beach and easing the smell of exhaust that once lingered near the boardwalk cafes. Officials said the switch is part of a broader sustainability plan aimed at keeping the beloved ride functional for future generations while reducing the carbon footprint of our seaside corridor. Early riders reported less vibration and a quieter journey, which should make the daily commute for boardwalk workers and the weekend stroll for shoppers more pleasant. The authority expects the electric trams to run year-round, preserving the classic boardwalk experience with a modern green twist.
Last Saturday night, the town's annual fireworks display lit up the sky over Wildwood, drawing families and visitors to the waterfront. Organizers said the show marked the return of the summer tradition after a pause in recent years, offering a bright finale to June. Spectators gathered along the Riverwalk, where a series of colorful bursts accompanied a lively soundtrack, creating a festive atmosphere that stretched well into the evening. Local vendors reported a steady flow of patrons enjoying food trucks and souvenir stalls while children chased after sparklers. Police noted smooth traffic and a well-managed crowd, with no incidents reported. The display, synchronized to a popular playlist, lasted roughly 15 minutes, and the Wildwood Fire Department stood by with safety crews throughout the night. The successful event underscored the community's appetite for seasonal entertainment and set a hopeful tone for future celebrations.
The Wildwood Crest Health and Wellness Expo wrapped up on June 10th, offering residents a day of free screenings, fitness demos, and nutrition workshops. Organized by the Wildwood Crest Community Group, the event drew families from across town to the town green, where local doctors provided blood pressure checks and pharmacists offered medication counseling. Yoga instructors led sunrise sessions, while a cooking class demonstrated quick, heart-healthy meals using ingredients from nearby markets. Booths from the Senior Center and the Fire Department highlighted resources for seniors and emergency preparedness. Organizers said the expo was timed for early summer to encourage residents to adopt healthier habits before the heat of July. Feedback indicated strong participation, especially among parents seeking activities for children and seniors looking for preventative care options. Local vendors also showcased wellness products, adding to the festive atmosphere.
Last week, Wildwood's Beaches hosted the Pig Dog Beach Volleyball Classic, the two-day tournament that draws regional teams each summer. Organizers said the event featured more than 20 squads competing on the sand, with matches running from early morning until dusk. Spectators from nearby towns lined the courts, and local vendors set up stalls offering food and beach gear, adding a lively backdrop for families strolling the boardwalk. The tournament's success reinforced Wildwood's reputation as a go-to spot for summer sports, giving residents another reason to enjoy the shoreline beyond the usual swimming and sunbathing. Officials noted the event helped boost off-season business for hotels and restaurants, while volunteers praised the community spirit that kept the games running smoothly. The Classic wrapped up on Sunday, leaving the courts ready for next year's edition.
Now let's take a quick look at tonight's forecast and see what the sky has in store.
A weakening ridge and southerly jet are nudging moisture out, leaving tonight's clear skies and lingering heat. On this date, the town once scorched at 96 degrees, a record set in 2018 during an early summer heat wave that pushed the region into triple-digit territory. The coldest reading fell to 56 degrees in 2016, a surprise dip that arrived with an Arctic front slipping far south. Normal highs hover around 90 degrees and lows near 70, so today's temperature of 91 feels a touch above average, while tonight's low of 72 sits just a shade cooler than the norm. The live radar shows a blank canvas across the basin. No rain echoes from the western plains, and no storms linger over the lake. With the jet stream drifting west at about 18 miles per hour and pressure easing lower, the air mass remains stable and dry. That high-pressure cap will escort the clear sky into the night, and we expect the last stray cloud to dissolve before the hour strikes 10. At 6 p.m., the thermometer reads 86 degrees, feels like 91, with a clear sky and a light southerly breeze. Near average pressure is easing lower, a subtle signal that the ridge aloft is loosening, and the jet stream overhead, flowing west at 18 miles per hour, is beginning to tilt the upper flow toward the northwest. That tilt keeps moisture out of the region, so tonight remains dry despite the unsettled label. Temperatures will dip gradually through the night, reaching a low of 72 just after midnight. The UV index stands at 9, though the sun will set at 8:28. Winds will peak at 14 miles per hour from the southwest, below the threshold for a wind advisory. No active weather alerts are in effect. With the clear air holding, we now turn to the 5-day outlook. Friday erupts under a building ridge, pushing highs to 99 and lows to 77, clear and blistering. Saturday, the ridge weakens slightly, delivering a high of 93 and a low of 77, still sun-dominated. Sunday, the jet stream dips southward, inviting a mid-level trough that brings overcast skies and a 30% chance of rain, with highs cooling to 82 and lows holding at 75. Monday, the trough lingers, repeating the overcast pattern and rain odds, while temperatures settle around 81 for the high and 75 for the low. Tuesday, the atmosphere clears again as high pressure rebuilds, offering a high of 84, a low of 68, and only a 20% chance of showers. The week swings from extreme heat to a brief, damp cool down, then back to mild summer warmth. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic's clear, the Eagles earned ESPN's top offseason grade, and Anglesea Nights kicks off tonight. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Highway 21, Main Street and Ocean Avenue are all moving freely this afternoon. No accidents or lane closures have been reported, and the commuter flow remains smooth across the county. Drivers heading toward the downtown district can expect green lights and steady speeds, while the express lanes on the bypass are clear as well. With the weather staying bright, traffic will likely stay light through the early evening. The only thing to watch for is the temporary roadwork on Willow Road near the shopping center. A single lane is reduced, so allow a few extra minutes if you're heading that way. Beach-bound traffic may pick up after 5 o'clock as visitors head to the boardwalk, so keep an eye on the coastal routes then. Transit runs on schedule with the bus line 3 and the commuter rail on time. That's the picture for now.
First up, the city's 4th of July fireworks spectacular will light the boardwalk on Independence Day, a free music-synchronized display that turns the night sky into a family-friendly celebration. Thousands will gather along the shoreline to watch. The North Wildwood Independence Day Family Parade follows on the same day, winding through downtown with marching bands, colorful floats, and community spirit that's perfect for kids and grandparents alike. It will pass the historic pier. Tonight, Anglesea Nights returns to the Wildwood Boardwalk, offering live local music, boardwalk games, and a relaxed seaside atmosphere for anyone looking to unwind after work. Finally, the Youth for Christ Heatwave wraps up this evening at the Wildwood Convention Center, giving local teens one last chance to enjoy a faith-based concert series before it closes for the season. Keep an eye on the boardwalk this weekend. Those fireworks and parade are the highlights you won't want to miss. And now here's Luke with sports.
Here's the latest on Philadelphia's teams and the local baseball buzz. The Flyers are weighing a possible reunion with franchise icon Claude Giroux, now a free agent after 4 seasons in Ottawa. Analysts outline arguments for bringing back the veteran winger and concerns about fit and contract value as free agency unfolds. ESPN's analytics department awarded the Philadelphia Eagles the highest offseason grade among all 32 NFL clubs. The evaluation follows a June 10 minicamp appearance by cornerback Rick Woolen and highlights the team's aggressive roster moves this summer. Reports indicate the Flyers are close to locking in defenseman Jamie Drysdale on a multi-year extension worth roughly $6 million per year. The deal would signal Philadelphia's commitment to the young blue liner early in free agency activity. Phillies manager Don Mattingly said he has not yet spoken with ace Zach Wheeler about his early exit frustration, but the situation does not bother him. He acknowledges Wheeler's disappointment while emphasizing the team's broader focus. Trea Turner has hit home runs in 3 consecutive games, lifting his performance after a historically low stretch that saw his ops dip to .595 on June 15. The power surge offers a hopeful sign of recovery for Philadelphia's lineup. The Phillies will forgo an opener in the final game of the Pirates series, handing rookie Alan Rangel his first career start. The move marks a traditional rotation choice as the club seeks stability on the mound.
Wildwood Businesses on Main Street in downtown Wildwood is a locally owned consulting firm that guides merchants, landlords, and restaurateurs through the city's regulatory maze. With the new nuisance ordinance now covering bars, motels, and other commercial sites, the firm is already fielding calls from owners eager to understand the changes and keep their operations compliant. They're offering free workshops, on-site assessments, and a rapid response hotline to help the community address noise, safety, and quality of life concerns before they become problems. By turning red tape into clarity, Wildwood Businesses helps keep downtown vibrant and safe for residents and visitors alike. It's a reminder that a thriving neighborhood starts with businesses that look out for each other. And now a bright spot. Wildwood's new nuisance ordinance is helping local businesses thrive on commercial sites. Stay positive, we'll be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
On a Saturday morning at the boardwalk of the Wildwoods, families spread blankets along the soft, sun-kissed sand while the Atlantic laps gently at the shoreline. Local lifeguard Maria Alvarez, who's been watching these waters for over 15 years, greeted joggers with a cheerful wave, her whistle hanging from her neck like a promise of safety. As the day unfolded, the community gathered for the annual beach cleanup, volunteers swapping stories as they collected shells and stray plastic, the scent of salty air mixing with fresh lemonade from a nearby stand. When the evening news bulletin flashed the USA Today Reader's Choice Awards, a hush fell over the crowd. The announcement named the Wildwoods Free Beaches as New Jersey's top shoreline for the 3rd consecutive year, honoring the crystal clear water, the immaculate sand, and the family-friendly spirit that locals nurture each summer. Cheers rose, children clapped, and Maria lifted her whistle in triumph, a simple reminder that dedication and love for place can shine brighter than any trophy. And as the sun set over the dunes, we're reminded that the heart of the Wildwoods lives in every grain of sand.
Jake Callahan. Boardwalk at sunset glows amber as families gather under old carousel, and the clack of glass marbles rolls across a makeshift table that's become the centerpiece. National Marbles Tournament returns to Wildwoods for its 103rd edition, drawing players and kids from the region. Co-anchor, volunteers have laid out a vintage tin-lined lane, the same one used when the tournament first rolled through in the Roaring Twenties. You can hear a marble's soft thud and see 8-year-old Maya smile as she watches her grandfather, a former champion, line up his first shot. Jake Callahan. In the final round, the crowd holds its breath as last 2 competitors, one a retired carpenter who's been coming since his teens, the other a teenager who learned the game from her grandfather, send their marbles towards silver cup. When the younger player's marble slides in, cheers ripple along boardwalk, a reminder that tradition lives on in fresh hands. Co-anchor, it's a simple celebration of skill, community, and the joy of passing a pastime down through generations as sun sets. Jake Callachan, a perfect way to end the day here in Wildwood.
Thank you, Wildwood, for joining us on the local sunset. From the new electric Volvo trams rolling along our boardwalk to today's surf forecast, we've had a full day of community news. Stay tuned tomorrow for more stories that matter to you. I'm Jessica Hart signing off.